morning and welcome to Daybreak Africa, coming to you from our studio right here in Ondo City. I am Angela Daku.
And my name is Ikhonede Joshua Odeji. You're welcome once again to Daybreak Africa from our studio in Ondo City and from our state, Ondo State, which happens to be the sunshine state of the nation. The sunshine state of the nation this time around.
Sunshine on you today.
It's shining. Yeah, it's shining. It's shining on me today. Sure.
How is the weather with you?
Yeah, it's at least today is good.
Today is good.
Not like last week or the weekend.
Well, I enjoyed it though.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but then thankfully it's yeah, okay. Let me ask that part. Yeah. but then unlike other states where the flood was extreme, it wasn't that. It wasn't like
I think this
it was
year
last year.
We've been spared.
Yeah, we've been spared this year.
Hopefully it continues like that.
Hopefully
I think it's get better.
I want to say an amen to that in the actual sense, because I know there are not much efforts done to that effect, but then luckily for us we didn't see much of it.
Floodings have reduced this year compared to other years. Even last year
was terrible.
Even other states that have actually experienced flooding have not been as excessive as it was.
Yeah, to a degree. To a degree. Though we lost some lives, but then to a degree it's not as it was last year. Though I think Lagos had much of the bulk of the floods and all that, and got lots of knocks from social media. It was a terrible sight to behold. But then let's leave it at that.
Let's not go there. Well, talking of weather, I'm talking about the weather space and politics. In Nigeria. Talking about the local government autonomy, and then we're seeing a local government chairman who is sending his wives for training.
It's not even just one chairman. All chairmen sent their wives.
Yeah, their wives for training.
Nigeria, you can't explain Nigeria to people, and you yourself that is explaining, you will understand. Because for it to make sense, local government chairman sending their wives, like how much do they get? How much are they paid as salaries to take them on a journey to Turkey? Now, who permitted? Okay, they have autonomy, but why take that route? Of all routes, why are you empowering your wives? And you're saying so that leadership. So what? Well, do we have office of the first lady of the local?
I do not have an issue with anybody trying to gain knowledge, learn, train, whatever it is. Because if you have the resources, you have the capability, of course, go ahead. I mean, no knowledge is a waste. It's a good idea to train on different level and different skills. I mean, in the kind of world we have today, you have to even be vast.
Extremely vast.
Successful in various fields. So, talking about training is not a problem, but when you find yourself in a certain situation, certain position rather, not a situation, where you have to pay accountability. I mean, you are a leader, you are a chairman, local government chairman, and you're supposed to know that, okay, within this period I'm in office, I have to be careful with the kind of things I'm
doing,
the way I spend.
You even have a shorter term than every other person.
Shorter term. So there are strategic ways of doing things, not in this kind of elaborate and show-off manner. In which
I won't be shocked.
Begin to ask you questions.
I won't even be shocked if other states take that route too as well and begin to say, since they can do it, I can do it as well. I think the annoying thing is that this is one of the poorest states in Nigeria. So the state doesn't even have enough IGR, and they don't have much revenues too as well. So you going that route, you should be using that money for something else. You should be using that money to even let water be available. You should be using that money to ensure that some amenities are available in your locality, so that at least the standard of living of the people will be way better, which was the actual reason why it was. But then I think we'll be looking more into this on Daybreak Africa today, and I'm sure we'll do justice to this particular discussion on Daybreak Africa, and I'm very sure our viewers out there would love to watch.
Definitely.
And see.
Since we have a guest already in the house, ready to delve into this discussion with us. But before we go into the conversation, we'll be going off for the report of the day. So do stay with us. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, it's still Daybreak Africa, and yes, it's time to go to our discussions for today. Well, as of July 11, 2024, the Supreme Court of Nigeria decided and ruled on the fact that there should be local government autonomy. They ruled in favor of the local government autonomy, and this landmark bill delivered by the 7-man panel led by Justice Garba Lawal granted full financial autonomy to the 774 local governments in Nigeria. Now, over time, it's been over a year that the local government had been fully into autonomy, and we are just taking a review of their efficiency so far. After over a year having this form of autonomy, we discovered that though some states in Nigeria just had the local government chairman, in the sense that some elections needed to be done, and the old caretaker committee that many state governors actually put in place needed to be disbanded, which was very necessary to ensure that the local government autonomy stands sure. But over time, we've seen that many Nigerians have been looking to the right, to the left, reacting to some of the activities of multiple local government chairmen. In fact, they are earnings from the FAC isn't yet totally publicized at all times, to a very large extent, even though the few that has been publicized, many has come to comment of the fact that they've seen little or no development attached to the amount of money collected. Recently, that was even last week, at Adamawa State, we saw that some local government chairman, the local government chairman in Adamawa State, sent their wives to Turkey to, learn about governance, about leadership and all that. And though many people came out to castigate them in the actual sense, some of the local government chairmen came to talk about the fact that if they were to be good leaders, their wives too needed to be also good leaders as well, so that they can advise them properly on certain matters. We'll be looking at this holistically. We'll be looking at the efficiency of the local government in Nigeria, as well with this autonomy, and see totally if they are meeting up to the expectations that they are supposed to have in the Nigerian politics. To discuss with us today, we have a tech entrepreneur with us in the studio. He's also a political analyst, a friend of the house, and the person of Samson. Fadele, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
And it's nice actually having you with the cap and the threats and all that, but then it's well, it's fine. It's fine.
With the autonomy, I think it's no news to you actually, and then we've been following it over and over and how it has been implemented so far. So what's your idea about the implementation? How do you think the process has gone? Has it been successful?
The local government, being an arm of the government, they deserve to be independent at some level. So giving them autonomy is a very good development. But I think sense of responsibility is going to be a problem. Yes, because with what is happening with this autonomy, they are not I don't want to say all of them now, but some of them, some of the local government chairmen, they are proving irresponsible now, because I don't know why they will be doing things like this. If we had problem with the federal government with the way they spend money, we have the same problem
with the state government.
The state government with the way they spend money. I don't think we should have same problem
with the local government,
because local government is the closest to the people. In fact, if there's anybody who is aware of the pain of the people,
it should be the local
government should be, because they see we use the same road with the local government chairman. He lives in the local government. He knows the challenges we face in the local government. So why should they now begin to misappropriate money? To me, I do not see reasons why wife of local government chairman needs training for any reason. Do they have space in the government? Is there a office for the wife of the chairman? Are they acting in any capacity? So why should they be trained with the money of the government? If you want training for your wife, you earn salary as a chairman. Spend your salary, send your wife. It's your family matter. Your wife is not the secretary to the local government. Your wife is not an advisor. She's not a councillor. She's not holding any position. Why should you spend the state money to send your own wife for training in Turkey? Who she help? That's the question. Because it's amounting to irresponsibility now. So if the autonomy whenever reach 1 year don't they get problem, then we have a very huge problem to look at now, because this thing, we do not hope that the autonomy ends soon. But with this level of irresponsibility coming on the side of the chairman, then
we should watch it.
Yes, and federal government may even have reasons to begin to review the autonomy. Yes.
But it's a Supreme Court ruling right now, which even the government does not really have much, the federal government does not really have much say into it.
The federal government can still go back to the Supreme Court an appeal on whatever judgment they have had.
Supreme Court doesn't take appeals.
Or probably make a review into some of those judgments. The legislatures, they have the power to still review some of the things and make an amendment. Appeal courts can do anything to any judgment if and only if there is reason to review them. So if we have things like this and there is problem arising and there is reason for federal government to begin to look into it again, then there's going to be a problem. So if we are looking at the advantages of the autonomy, and the chairmen, because of their irresponsibility, are also giving us reasons to be looking to disadvantages. Now it's going to be a problem.
But then so sorry to cut you, but should it be a situation of totally taking it out? That's if they are going to be reviewing
no,
it. Should it be a situation of taking it out
I would not
totally,
say
or
they should take
restructuring regulations?
Yes, the restructuring will come with time. I wouldn't say they should take the autonomy out. No.
Okay.
The easiest government, the closest government to the people is the local government. So I think what should be done is amendment to monitor what they now begin to do with the money. You get? It's not for you to become a chairman and because you have access to local government money because of autonomy and begin to pile wives. You are not going to be chairman forever.
You even have a shorter term
than
the governor.
3 years and you are no more the chairman. And by the time you are gone in 3 years, we do not have anything to point to that you have done with the local government money. Then there's a problem. Because if there's anyone, like I said, that knows the problem of the people, in fact, more reasons why local government should be given autonomy. Because they are the closest to the people. Chairman is who we can see. We can walk up to the local government and tell the chairman, this and this and this are what we want. Even if it is not directly in his power to provide them, he should reach out to the higher authority, seek help, put the little they can, seek help from there to fix things. That's why local government is there. The same access that we have to the local government, we might not have that with the governor. We might not have that same access with the president. But local government should be the government of the people
at the grassroots level.
That's the easiest way for the federal government to reach out to the grassroots. So I think if there is going to be any amendment or any adjustment to be made, it should be towards the structuring of that local government. Maybe a blueprint or something.
I think the issue of blueprint is one of the things that caused a big issue, because some governors, because of the fact that they never wanted local government autonomy, talked about the ambiguity of the local government autonomy, even in the constitution. And one of the things that even till today is still affecting local government is that some governors trickishly are still, placing hands, suppressing their funding and all those kind of things, which I don't know, the presidency is not so vocal about.
There is anybody that does not need to be suppressed or oppressed, I think it is the local government. You see, local government should have a level of freedom to do things to please people and ease the burden. You see, the reason why if that tier of government is not important, it wouldn't exist in the first place. So that some people have thought of the tier of government that relates directly with people, they know what they are thinking about. So when the federal government is there to oversee the overall state and they make policies that affect everybody, there are some policies, there are some situations that are peculiar to specific locations, and that should be taken care of by the local government. What is happening to us at our grassroots level is different all over the nation. What is happening in Adamawa might not actually be the same thing happening in Osun State. It might not be the same thing happening. If flooding is happening in Ondo, is it the same flooding that is happening in Osun? No. And that's why local governments are there. They know exactly what the point of pain of the people is. Now, if they have access to good amount of money and self-sufficiency, they are able to solve some problems even without reaching out to state or federal government level. It is only the ones that are beyond their capacity that they will now have to wait and say, okay, state government, help us with this, or probably federal government, we need support with this or help with this. But at least if they are able to, if they are capable enough to stand on their own to solve some immediate problems, it will be good. It will be good. We don't have to wait for a whole week for governor to come from Akure to come to Ondo East and come and check natural disaster, or come to Ondo West to come and check flooding or anything. The local government chairman is there. He should be able to do his bit. He should be the one taking the reports to the governor. He should be able to do his own bit even before the arrival of the state help. You get what I'm saying now? So I will not say they should. In fact, the autonomy is the best for the local government for now. But there must be a kind of control. I don't know. Yes, there should be some checks and balances and regulations on regulations on how local government chairman now begin to spend
the money that is given,
because that is given to them. They should be accountable. I
remember that. I think that was the April allocations that was released, and I saw the amount of money some local governments were getting. I was still saying I'll still go to the local government chairman in Ondo and say, sir, over 500 and something million got to your account.
How you got it run out?
Because there was a particular road that was spoiled, and I'm like, Governor, sir, local government chairman, sir, this money got to you. How did you, do this whole thing? And truthfully, before I even said anything, the road was repaired.
Yes, that's what we're saying.
The problem was that within the space of 2 weeks, the road left again. I don't know what happened to the road.
The road that was repaired?
Was left again. You see, it was all repaired. I don't know what happened to it. That's time we applied to the road, 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Everything's gone.
That's what I'm saying about putting some checks and balances. Maybe organizations, bodies, agencies will be put in place to ensure quality assurance.
What of people like the EFCC?
EFCC, you see, EFCC to me, presently, as of now, I cannot be very certain of the future of EFCC because they might improve over time. But presently, EFCC is not really serving its purpose.
Why do you say that?
A lot of things that should be checked are not checked. EFCC is busy going around chasing people that are spraying money at party when there are things
that are very
important. A lot of things are moving around, and people are whistleblowers are there. A lot of people are complaining about different things outside. Leaders that should be questioned, but nothing is done. So I do not really see EFCC as the major solution. They might be part of the solution, but I don't think they are really serving their purpose. If EFCC is really serving its purpose, people will be very much afraid of committing fraud in government. If EFCC is standing right in its position to really curb financial crime in this country, a lot of people will be afraid to perpetrate evil in some positions in this country. But because EFCC is not functional, you will see leaders, governors, when they leave office, they are coming to EFCC office with pillows and bag. So that shows how useless EFCC is. Yes, you should be afraid of EFCC. EFCC should not be a place where you will come and the crowd will follow you and you will carry pillow and carry
backpack. In the States,
it doesn't make
sense for some days.
It doesn't make sense. But so EFCC is becoming child's play to me, sincerely.
But let me ask this. Let's start from the selection process of this local government chairman, because I think if we don't start from there, we might not get to some of the things that we expect of them and the current results that we are having. Because like I said, multiple states in Nigeria, people still complain about certain amenities which are not gotten, which the local government could have easily just. But let's start with the selection process, which an ex-user actually pointed this out. That is why I'm looking at it from this perspective. He said, many of the times, if you look at the local government elections across states in Nigeria, you will discover that either the ruling party just clears everywhere,
yes,
and just brings in their personality, whereas that election is supposed to be the one that should concern the people the most,
yes,
and people should come out massively for the most. So, and the person said something that when many of them are just rubber stamps that were put there, what were we expecting?
Yes.
What's your take? Because I think the federal government was talking about making sure that INEC begins to run the local government elections in Nigeria as it used to be. Why do you say it won't
change anything?
Okay.
Look at the way things are done. Let's take Rivers for example. Look at what happened in Rivers. Does it look like the mind of the people? Like the local government election, the result of the election, does it look like what people will really want?
For themselves?
Yes. No, let's look at it like that. If people do not have the chance to choose whoever they want by themselves and for themselves, definitely don't expect them to perform. If the governor will be the one to sit and determine whoever will be the chairman of all the local government under him, then there's going to be a problem. If you are going to put your colleagues in office or put them because they are just your friends and whatever, then there's going to be a problem. And the majority of the governors, the reason why they have to do that is because they have to secure the grassroots for themselves, especially for those of them who have the intention to run for the second term. Meanwhile, all these structures are what affects the effectiveness of all these people in their offices. As a member of the ruling party, there's tendency that EFCC will not even look for you. Yes.
Because you belong to the ruling party.
Yes. EFCC and all those bodies are now becoming the tools to torment people in the opposition. So it's either they use EFCC to now bully you to succumb into coming into the ruling party, or they use EFCC to take you out of the whatever for themselves. Even at the end of the day, if EFCC will exonerate you, they will find means to use EFCC and pack you from the streets so that you will not contest. There are some governors in this country who, after their tenure, after their time in office, they have been listed to be either arrested or invited by the EFCC. You get? So now, after some times, maybe after decamping to the ruling party, or after sorting one or two with the ruling party, nothing is said about them again. Which is why several other people will not even be afraid to perpetrate evil in all those seats of government, because they know that when they are leaving, all they need to do is just sort one or two with the government of the day and they are gone. So if that is the situation of things, then you should not expect accountability from anybody, even local government chairman and councillors, because they know that all they need to do is sort one or two with the government of the day and their sins are forgiven. It doesn't make sense. That's why people do not seem to be afraid of EFCC anymore, because EFCC just looks like a tool to torment it's not even the people, the opposition now. It's either you are with us or we frustrate your life. And that's what it seems to me. I'm not saying it is what it is. I'm just saying what it seems to me. So this is my personal opinion. So it might not be like that. I'm not saying, but that's what I perceive it is. And if things are like this, do not expect performance from anybody. Because there is alternative to performance, which is aligning with the government of the day, which is very wrong.
And aligning sometimes will not bring effectiveness.
Exactly. So
that's the issue. So whether or not you performed, once you align.
If we have this kind of problems, then how do we begin to get accountability? Because that's a major problem. Don't
so
you think
until
so? If
the
our
government,
security agencies and forces are of questionable characters, then how do
until the government of the day is accountable and sees accountability as a must, nobody will be accountable, even local government chairman. That's the truth though. Until we have a government who sees accountability as a must for everybody.
So we go on with the...
So now, you yourself, you will know that the government of the day does not take nonsense. It doesn't matter whether you are their friend
or not.
Once you misbehave, EFCC is coming for you, and they are not leaving you until they have taken the last thing you have stolen. If the government of the day takes accountability seriously, and they made you, in fact, everybody in position understand that it is either accountability or problem. Nobody wants problem. You will begin to see leaders who will leave office and give proper accounts of everything they did while in power, because they don't want problem. And those who cannot do without, what they would rather stay away from government and do their business,
which is
coming to power. Yes, because they know that at the end of the day, even their business they will not be able to run, because there will be problems.
So you are saying the reason why we are having failures at multiple levels in government is because of there is no system that makes them give accounts.
Yes, there is no, as far as Nigeria is concerned, there is no. How many governors begin to name, aside the time when Obasanjo was there, and people like what's the name of this guy, Jonathan's governor before he became governor? Temporary Alamesi,
Alamesi guy.
And people like Tafa Balogun, former IG, and people like that, who were really held accountable for their misappropriation.
But don't you think those periods were also political?
The issue is, political or not, everybody aligned, everybody was afraid. Everybody just wanted to avoid problem, and they were accountable, because nobody wanted to end up like Tafa Balogun in jail. Yes, so everybody is either you are doing fine or you are having problem. So everybody is trying as much as possible to avoid. And if you look at governors, the set of governors that reigned around that time, majority of them did well.
I think that should be the best time Nigeria had. Some of the best governors ever. The Donald Dukes, the Donald
Dukes, even Mimiko here.
Yeah, Mimiko was very.
These people left with little or no scandal.
Even the current president, I think he was a performer.
Tinubu himself. Now, majority of these people, they left with little issues, because nobody wanted to end up like Alamesia. So everybody head is either your head is straight or your head is in a lot of nobody wants their head in a lot of and so it's time to look straight. And until we go back to that point where you hear the name of EFCC chairman and he sends a load, through your spine, and you have to sit there and say, I don't want to see that guy just let it go. A lot of people do not really want to interface with Ribadu that time, because that guy is synonymous to problem. Once he visits,
but he's currently in the government.
Those guys in government, they are not serving the purpose they served in those days. EFCC in Nigeria should be an office nobody wants to visit. This is the EFCC people who go to now hand over themselves and say, I have finished as governor. I've brought pillow, I'm back, I want to come and sleep. And when you are done with me, I'll go back to. No. EFCC should be a place you never wanted to be. You don't even want them to call your name. You don't want to appear on their list. You don't want to have a file in their office. You just want to leave the office. Before they ask you questions, you are already explaining, when we came in 2020, this was how much we met. This was how much we spent. And when we are leaving now, this is how much we are leaving behind. No debt, nothing. So that they will not even have reasons to now call you to come and explain again. Because you have done the explanation. That's where this country should be. And until we have gotten to that point, do not expect the autonomy for local government will be a waste at the end of the day, until we have gotten to that point.
Where there is a justice that can check through what
so we need the EFCC that started in the time of Ribadu. If you look at that time, aside that Ribadu as the EFCC chairman who left, every other EFCC chairman that came after him, they are either in prison or ended up
being thrown away
by the same EFCC.
Because of they were caught in one corruption case or the other.
So if who is supposed to check corruption case is caught up in corruption case, issue don't they?
We'll check some of these issues. I think it's time we just go on a break first. We'll check some of these issues as time goes by. But then let's go for Gold Start. Maybe after Gold Start, we'll come back and then we'll check through a whole lot of issues that are still attached to the local government autonomy and the results so far in Nigeria. So please enjoy Gold Start for now. All right, welcome back to the show. I hope you enjoyed Gold Start, and I hope you're going to do something with what you learned from Gold Start. But then it's time to return to our discussions for today. We've been looking at the local government autonomy and some of the scorecards for them over time. And Samson has been taking us on kind of a journey because we switched a bit. Like they'll say, I digress. Entered into a searchlight on the fact that we don't have a proper justice system to check in through some of the activities of these people, both the president, the governors, the local government chairman. And we touched a bit of the fact that in Adamawa State, some of their wives currently are out. And I think I touched on Dutu as well to a point that some of them, despite the amount of money that got to some local government in Ondo, some of them are not really doing fine and all those kind of things with whatever they got and everything. And we talked about their selection process too as well, where I talked about the fact that many of them are just rubber stamps. So definitely we don't expect much. Now, going forward, now we're having a majority of rubber stamps as local government chairmen as we speak, and a majority of them, their efficiency is quite low. It's just like an extension of the governor. I remember all your states, as at the time when the autonomy came. The local government chairman of them said no matter what, they were still receive through the state government, which I knew. Now, my question here is, why is it that at multiple levels we tend to have this issue of loyalty in politicking, and now it's affecting the efficiency of many of our leaders at various levels? Because if you look at Nigeria in the actual sense, I think I was watching Thatcher speaking, and Thatcher was saying, reiterating what we all know in government, that Nigeria is already structured to a point that logically, no government at any level should fail, because you have per person, per local government, you already automatically have a member House of Representatives representing you at the federal level. You have a senator representing you at the federal level. You have a state House of Assembly member representing you at the state level. You have a local government chairman.
Each local government has a state representative.
And you still have a councillor.
Each local government has a representative at the state level, right?
Yeah.
Each.
Yeah, all local government has a representative at the state level.
Okay. So now, if
you have one at the
from the bottom to the top like that, you have league of people
that are supposed to lead you.
Structure that are supposed to look at the affair of a specific geographical location, and yet nothing to write home about that location, and everybody wants to blame the federal government and just federal government alone. How do you think that is logical?
Or do you think we are not just very informed as citizens?
Do you know how much governors get since they have removed subsidy? Do you know how much these people get?
×2.
Majority of what they do, like the function they perform, major function is payment of staff salary, state workers. Outside that, sincerely, what do governors really do? Road, they don't do. I don't think there is public water anymore in this country.
For Ondo, I know we don't have.
The last time I saw tap water, government home, it must be my primary school days. Government water, where you want to see her?
I think some places still have.
Okay, you just remember saying primary school days. You see government water now.
We should primary school. We should. No,
I think some places still have. Maybe in the north. I think
in Lagos. In fact, I do rehearse at the water corporation. So, and that water corporation gives my street lights, street water, and all that. So we still have. We have something.
Till now.
I don't know about now.
You don't know
because it's been 8 years.
Now, if the government is not responsible for water, it's not responsible, because I don't think the government is really responsible for light like that.
Whereas the
transformer spoil, you will have to gather money
to buy the transformer
in the streets to replace
what the company should come
and yet
you
still pay bills every month, and the government has nothing to say because they believe those ones are just doing their business. How do I help you to buy the instrument to supply me light and still pay you for the light
that you are supposed to have.
That you are supposed to fix for. It doesn't make sense. And that's what I'm saying about accountability the other time. So if the government is not giving us water, the light, some of us are in band A,
we are paying band A fees.
And even at that band A, transformer spoil. Now you go still contribute, fix them. Yes.
And it's supposed to be the service providers.
Yes. Do you fix mast for MTN?
No.
No, it gets problem. They come, they fix. So why should NEPA be like that? Why should we pay for? But nobody to be heard that the
and these are things
government,
governors should have.
Yes, governors should see to it. Governors, senators, yes, members House of Representatives. These are the things they should discuss. Make these people do their job.
I think Oshiomhole talked about it 2 years ago, last year, in the
So
Senate
since
House.
then, what
Nobody talked. Nobody said
it
anything.
doesn't make sense. So if we had voted you to represent our interest, and the interest, nothing is done about it, what's the essence of your presence at the House of Assembly or House of Representatives or the Senate? It doesn't make any sense. Now, the issue is, senator, they get constituency allowance.
Which one of the senators said at least every senator gets close to $1 billion.
More than, because even rep member now, when subsidy had been removed, they get more than $1 billion.
For constituency projects.
Constituency, inside the budget, this year budget, the amount of money the federal government budgeted for solar alone, if that thing actually is done, everywhere in this country, no, at night there will not be dark space. Everywhere will be full of light. Then they are supposed to be second class heaven by now. Majority of these senators, they have it in their budget. Majority of the rep members, they have it in their budget. Majority of the governors, they do have it too. Even local government chairmen, they have it too. Now, all these people are supposed to be responsible for a specific geographical location.
Yeah.
But nothing. If I begin to count in this Ondo, roads that are very bad as we speak, you will just imagine. Now, senator for Ondo Central, he gets money every year, constituency allowance. Rep member for Ondo East and West, he gets same money for same constituency, right? State House of Assembly member, he gets money. Local government chairman, autonomy, he gets money. And yet all those things, if those people actually took responsibility for things in this country, no, we should not have any problem by now. If those people really are accountable and they are spending those money they are getting truly on constituency, we will not have any problem. These people, they live large on constituency allowance. Nobody is to be held responsible. Yes. What they do is give the community leaders, obas, and one or two, and everybody is okay.
But, well, many believe that the federal government at some level should find a way to, make these people accountable.
That's the same thing we are still saying.
Exactly. My point is, how do we begin? Because where do we begin exactly? Now, if we begin to look at the trajectory at which the leadership is being followed, it takes a lot to strategically plan an accountability.
Because I think the only state in this country, which really, if you're talking about local government, which really shows a bit of concern towards the people, is only Lagos. You go to Lagos, you see local government chairmen build hospitals. You see them build
local government chairman building hospital in Lagos is dependent on so many things. IGR in Lagos, some local government IGR in Lagos is bigger than what Osun State get as a whole.
Let's leave it at that.
So that one might not, but even at that, it doesn't mean these people should not try. Even if it is just patch repair of roads, local government should be able to do. Let's assume you don't have money for the whole project to now begin to bulldoze the whole road and replace patch it. Let it be motorable. Let us know that at least we have local government chairman
that collected money from the
and it's taking responsibility for people.
So do we begin to bank on hope on hope
No,
that
we
the
have
leaders
hoped,
are going to
we have
change.
hoped too much.
Exactly.
I think the
So what is the next
people are not
action?
informed. A lot of people don't even know that the responsibility is not federal government alone. Because everybody is just blaming federal government. The House of Representative member representing Ondo East and West, when last did you see him on the street?
He lives in Abuja.
Okay.
All of them.
The senator representing Ondo Central, when was the last time you saw
He's
him on the
definitely
street?
in Abuja as we speak.
The local government chairman,
It could be.
we're supposed to be our guy. Where
But
we
even if
supposed
you
to
go
be.
to the office right now, you won't find him there.
Now, wait till 2027 and see these people every day. Every blessed day, they are in your faces. They will quit their Abuja home and come and pitch tent with you because they need you again.
So you think the people themselves are
The major
permitting
problems.
the deception?
Yes, constituency allowance will come, and the representative of the people will buy palliative for member of his party alone. Are they the only people he's representing? Have you been asking these questions? You just come, carry small cash, give your party member, and you.
I think there's something. You said something which I want to just quickly before you go deep into that. At least I've been to at least 3 or 4 of many of their empowerments,
Okay.
and it's almost the same thing. If they are not giving
Rice.
sewing machines, they are giving rice, or they are giving hairdressing stuffs.
Okay.
And it's as if this one does it today, the
Another
other
one is
does
planning
it
to do
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
And I'm like, are these the only things your people are doing?
Now
correct?
the issue is,
and they never do the right thing.
sewing machines. How many people? What percentage of the
No, from my
constituency?
findings lately, I discovered that it's not majorly. They've already picked from their party meetings.
Party members get it. Now, are they the only members of the constituency? Are they the only citizen that should be taking responsibility for?
I'm even always thinking that why is it that only that project you guys do?
Now, there are general projects that connects all of us together. Road is one of them. Schools are dilapidated everywhere. If one person cannot do it, match the money from the senator plus the money from rep member plus the money of the National Assembly member, put it together. All of you match together and do specific project for a year. Fix all primary schools, the dilapidated ones. Pick select roads and collectively fix them. This is general to everybody. It's not for your party member. Your party members are not the only constituency member. And the fact that people in other party did not vote for you does not mean they are not your constituents. It's because the majority voted for you. That was why you were announced. And that's the power of democracy. And once you were announced, you became the leader of all, not the leader of your party members.
But many will
Are you
understand
getting
that
me?
in a democracy.
Now, the issue is, all these people now, if you try to drag them, they say it's because you are not in their party. Meanwhile, representing your people has nothing to do with party.
In the Nigerian context,
It doesn't have anything to do with party. But what do we get? You are member State House of Assembly. You bought sewing machine and grinding machine. You gave it to only the member of your party. What happens to non-member of your party? Are they not constituents? We are not saying that project is not good. It is. It's good. But those people alone that you gave those things to, are they the only member? There are projects, constituency projects that gathers everybody together. Both party member and non-party member apply roads, fix them, reduce accident, save lives of people.
even link up
Save
farms to the cities and the
Yes,
market.
roads that links your all these places, road does not get there, ballot paper does. Ballot boxes does. They get to all those places. And once you become their representative, off you go. Abuja, all through. You are not coming back until the next election. And you leave them to live on their home. Go to all those rural areas. How many primary schools and secondary schools are functional? These things are dilapidated. They are. And nobody is looking into them. And everybody is just shouting the federal government. what happens to those people? The money they are getting, what are they doing with it? What exactly are they doing with it? So I think what we need to do is to first educate the general public first. Let people know who to hold responsible. Alaye come, this money, how you they run out? So if we are able to hold our representative first, grab and say, guy, the money, where is it? Yes, what are you doing with it? Maybe now the bulk of the load, because that's what it should be, the bulk of the load, because it should not be on the federal government alone. That's why they have different representatives defending the interest of different people at different places. So why will you leave your functions? Just collect the money and off you go. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And that is why accountability now is very, very important.
You're talking about accountability now.
Yes.
And there was a time when I went for this program and they were talking about how the followers should be able to hold the leaders responsible.
Okay.
So my question is, because I haven't really still gotten that answer.
Okay.
How do the followers begin to hold these leaders responsible? Why I'm asking this question is because we see many protests happening today. That's one of the ways in which we're asked to hold leaders responsible. The media is there doing their job as usual. But how? What are some of these more effective ways of holding these leaders responsible to be able to account for what exactly they are doing?
You see, Nigerian government does not leave room to hold
anyone responsible.
Yes.
So literally,
so what's the use of immunity?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Let's start from.
I see what you're getting.
Let's start from the use of immunity.
Okay.
So now, because do you know what Yoruba calls immunity? Semolu. You understand that? Semolu. Like you commit offense, but nobody beats you. That's what Yoruba calls semolu. You have the tendency to commit offense, but if you commit it, we will not touch you.
That's more like absolute authority.
Yes. Now, if you are coming as the state governor and you are looking for autonomy, you are looking for, what did I call it now?
Semolu.
You are looking for, remind me please.
For maybe
immunity. Yes.
That means you have the intention to commit crime for which you don't want people to hold you responsible. That's why a leader will ask for immunity. What are you? If you have the mind to be responsible, what do you need immunity for? Now, in order to now stop the media from poking their nose into some things, they put cybercrime law. Say something. You will have freedom of speech. Your freedom after speech now will not guarantee. And that's the issue. Because the government of the day, they know their intention. Nobody is coming because they love the people. They want to come to explore and exploit whatever it is that is in government. That's why you will now say, if I become governor, you give me immunity first, because whatever it is, nobody asks me anything. It doesn't make sense. If you really want to be accountable and you have the interest of people at heart, the first thing you do is make yourself available, make yourself attackable, make yourself questionable. Yes, because what you intend to do is the will of the people. That now says, okay, we want to do this one. After we are done with this, what do you think we should do next? And people will unanimously say this one. And that is democracy. That exactly is the democracy.
But now that kind of chance is not given by them.
Nobody will give you that chance. Nobody in this in this Nigeria will give you that chance. And that's why they will not expect you to wait until 4 years or 8 years had gone. And they will now say, okay, oh, if I offended you during my I beg, forgive me.
Well, if we have a system where we cannot question or bring to book, then what are we doing?
That's the issue. That's why I said the government does not even leave room. So if you are looking for effective way, they play.
In other words, you are trying to say there is no effective way.
But I think to a very large extent, because let's look at the NSAS, like the policy, because I think a friend of mine told me this thing, and I think I would like a reaction to it. He said,
okay,
you can't change government with protests. You can only change policies. So do you think people can still go out there and try as much to change policies?
Well, there's nothing that cannot happen. If you look at Nepal recently, I know that the government of Nepal never emphasized that kind of thing. Over the time they've been doing it. That means you've been doing some shit without consequences. That means you did it and there was no consequence. So they've been doing it over time without consequences until some people got tired. You get? And you see, anywhere you see some people get tired, there are other people who had been trying to manage before who were not tired yet. But the tiredness of the person reacting will make them tired. And that was where the problem is. Coupled with opposition, we don't even like the government already. That will now fuel the whole thing. And if you look at that NSAS, I think the reason why Buhari government reacted that way and a lot of stuff happened was because they were also looking at the part of opposition, hijacking that thing to attack their government. You get?
I get
which is a possibility. So now, anybody that does not want to give room for opposition to pass one corner to attack them, do the right thing. Do the right thing. There are some things you do that even the opposition will not have. They will not have any other reason not to agree with you, because even if it were them, they will not do it better. I'm telling you, there are some things you do that even the opposition will say, no, this one you try. And until you have gotten to that position in leadership, you have not started. Some people, they do their own will, calling it the will of people. It's not the will of people. Do you even know how many leaders know the will of people? Yes. What channel does the government leave for feedback?
They are sometimes not aware.
ASU will be strike for 6 months and president will say, I'm not aware. It has happened in this country before. Because there's no channel that links directly to the government, to the president, to give him feedback. He only hears feedback. People that don't want to lose their job, if they told you they failed this way, so at least somebody is responsible for that. Who will tell you they failed? Minister of Road and Transport is saying road is not good. After all the money given to your ministry, are you crazy? You are gone and nobody wants to go. So they tell the president everything is intact. Good. It is after he had left office and he had come back to he will now. But you said this. Now so, and that's the issue. That's why majority of them are so remorseful. They are regretful after they have left the government. Buhari, before he died, regretted a lot of things. Yes. If he would stand somewhere to tell his wife to ask Nigerians to forgive him, he knew he offended people. Yes, and the wife published that before he died, immediately after his death, and say, my husband wants her to apologize to people for what? Yes, if you apologize, it must be for something. So if you are, after you have left government, is when you are not getting to know that you did a lot of things bad, then the government is a waste of time.
So as we finish off on this discussion, what would be your final advice to maybe people in demanding the right things from their local government chairman? Because at least if the federal government is still far, the local government is just someone you see dustier. And it's a guy that even if he lives tenure, you can still come back to the street.
All of us will still gather
young man.
You finish just
one of them we watch football together like these days, and I look at him, he looks at me, and I'm like, you know,
I know the guy now. That guy was chairman for how many years? No single street light like this for a street where we dey gather live. He stays on our, he knows him. We stay together on the street. He was local government chairman for like I think 2-3 years. Not even one single street light. For street where all of us gather there. You go enter street, everywhere go dark. Yes, Shama. Koro period. Koro period.
Wow, no. As I then, I never knew he had left. It was later I began to.
Okay, later you gonna know. Say it was
really wow.
So imagine somebody who lives on the same street with Chama and does not even feel
his presence.
That Chama. Imagine he said he does not know. It was after he had left.
We just knew.
That shows how useless the chairman is. Even if people cannot even know. By entering your street alone to know, say, somebody gave this street. Yeah. No street lights, nothing. Koro period, not even a cup of rice for anybody on the street. Not to talk of the whole local government. Are you telling me nothing, like nothing comes to the local government? Internally generated revenue. Because the local government should at least take care of some things.
You can't wait that the local government are not
get taxed. All these people placing billboards, everything, they pay taxes.
So local government itself has its own funds.
Yes, they generate. Let's assume nothing is coming from the government. What comes, at least take care of people. That's why they pay taxes. But what do we see? Nothing. And nobody is held accountable. Nobody is asking questions. Nobody is who is even asking questions for somebody to answer. No. And that's the problem. That's the problem. Now the Shama, we day, our day, everybody. The streets, everybody just go there, go. Nobody records with anybody.
Anyways, it's unfortunate we keep on seeing this playing over and over in our political space. I mean, the whole place is just reading politics, and not even the people or the minds of the people or what they actually need to do for the people, which is supposed to be democracy. As we see, we are ruling.
May God have democracy in Africa. Well, I know God sometimes is amazed about our kind of democracy in Africa. God, he could just look, shake head. Guy, these people don't try.
In any case, we keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully some of the things earlier stated might be adopted soon enough.
We need the structural change from the above until they are accountable above. There cannot be accountability below.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on this program.
Thank you for having me.
It has been interesting talking with you.
Thank you.
And this is the part where we'll be ending our discussion for this episode of Daybreak Africa. Stay tuned. We will be going now for sport. When we get back, we'll say goodbye. Stay tuned. Welcome back from sports. I hope you enjoyed it, all you sports enthusiasts out there.
Yeah.
I mean, sport is one of the segments that, lights up the mood. And I hope you've been able to enjoy yourself as well. After the conversation, the hot conversation we had about local government autonomy. I mean, we heard a lot today. He said a lot of things today, but I'm just trying to be careful and trying to be diplomatic at the same time.
Yeah, diplomacy, very important.
What caught my attention is the part where he says, we're almost hopeless. We're more like we're living in a system that does not give chance for accountability. How does that sound?
It sounds, it's the actual. If I was the one seated where I was saying and I was asked to share my own opinion, I could have said something more wicked. Because you see, the reason why I think I agree with him is even the people themselves will empower the leaders to be not accountable, in the sense that many of the times, even when we go and meet these people, we don't meet them for right things.
True.
We always ask for money or something that is going to favor just your personal self at the moment. We tend to like the short-term gratifications and not the long-term. We are not society-oriented. We are not community-oriented. We are just personal pocket-oriented. And this thing even starts from how we treat ourselves, even from the school system, from the home systems, and all that. That is why gradually we are just producing terrible leaders across levels. He said something, he said, unless you find a proper justice system that puts everybody on their toes, if there is no system like that, do you know the funny truth is, if these systems even tries to put people on their toes, they will say these systems are terrible. Look at, I'm sorry, I'm bringing this to like the Kogi State issue. And do you know this? Some people even came out to protest the fact that the FCC was trying to investigate Yahya Bello. the former governor. Like, they are saying that someone stole your money. Like, your money. The money meant for your development. And you are fighting against the person that is trying to find out the truth.
That's where you're talking about short-lived gratification.
So I don't understand how. That's why I say, you see that hopeless situation. It's not hopeless, because the more you educate the mind of the people, the more they begin to see. But
I think we need to do more of that enlightenment. People need to be awoken, because if we continue like this, we might find ourselves one day in a desert. I don't even want to imagine.
No, we're already getting there, because we are already feeding off each other. We are biting each other brutally. We are already and if it's getting to a point where it's choking, I don't know what.
And one point I still believe is what he said about the head being correct. As in, once it starts from the beginning, it's definitely going to come down. So I'm waiting for that time.
And I think for any president who is able to be very wise in this country, who really wants to, I think it's best you just realize and open your eyes, smell the coffee. Everybody is on your neck, from the local level to the top. The best option you can make is do everything possible to ensure that as they are biting you, channel that thing back to those that are at the grassroots. In fact, create a system that makes everybody be on their toes.
Exactly.
So,
exactly my point.
And get your feedbacks. Like, I don't know why will EFCC be on, has to be on strike for a long time, and the president will tell you that it's not aware, like, on strike. Well, and you check the news every day, but what do we know?
We have more politics playing out, and I think what we are seeing these days is campaign for 2027. When we are not, we are
getting to that season. The only thing we'll be hearing is just campaign. And because of they are trying to campaign,
and they are going to come back to the same people.
They will even paste a lot of lies. We did this, we did that, which they never actually did. But
well, hopefully things get better. As I always say, we keep our fingers crossed and hope that things become better in our country, Nigeria. Well, this is where we'll be ending this episode of Daybreak Africa. Do enjoy your day. I am Angela Daku.
And my name still remains Joshua Adeji. Bye, guys.